The Republic of Korea claimed that the name Sea of Japan should be changed to the East Sea at the 6th United Nations Conference on the Standardization of Geographical Names in 1992.
They claimed the name Sea of Japan was a result of Japan's expansionism and colonialism during the early 20th century. East Sea, which is a name commonly used in the Republic of Korea and North Korea, or at least be called by both names, the East Sea and the Sea of Japan.
It is not Japan that gave the current name Sea of Japan to the sea area that exists between the Eurasian continent and the Japanese archipelago. In the early 19th century, a Russian explorer, Adam J. Krusenstern, wrote in his log, "People also call this sea area the Sea of Korea. But because only a small part of this sea touches the Korean coast, it is more appropriate to name it the Sea of Japan." Let us look back further into history. An Italian missionary priest, Matteo Ricci, used it in his map, Kunyuk Wangguo Quantu, made in China in 1602. We can see here that it is called the Sea of Japan. This is the oldest known map that describes the sea as the Sea of Japan. And this is the map Lazy, made in Paris in 1704. The name written at the center of the sea area means Sea of Japan. This is the English edition of the map that was attached to Voyage de la Pérouse autour du monde, published in London in 1798. Again, you can see the name Sea of Japan.
In 1994, two Japanese researchers published their paper on the naming of this sea area. Their study was based on more than a few hundred antique maps at home and abroad.
According to their study, during the 17th century and the first half of the 18th century, various names were used, such as Sea of Japan, Sea of Korea, and Sea of China. But by the 19th century, the name Sea of Japan became the only commonly used name. They also found that although maps that used the name East Sea appeared in the latter half of the 20th century, they were all made in the Republic of Korea.
Furthermore, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan conducted a field study on antique maps from around the world.
The ministry studied approximately 1,500 maps from the 16th to the 19th century in collection at the Bibliothèque Nationale de France. There were approximately 400 maps that had named the maritime region Sea of Japan. These maps were then examined chronologically. It was found that on maps from the 16th to the 18th century, various names other than the Sea of Japan appeared. However, in the first half of the 19th century, 90% of the maps published, and in the latter half of the 19th century, 100% of the maps published used the name Sea of Japan. Moreover, from the year 2004 to 2005, Japan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs conducted a field study of 1,435 maps in collection at the United States Library of Congress. The collection included a total of 563 maps that were published in the 17th and 18th century, when Japan was under a policy of isolation. Out of them, 74% described the area as the Sea of Japan. Also, at the British Library and the University of Cambridge, 50 out of 58 maps published in the 19th century used the name Sea of Japan. These studies show that the name Sea of Japan became established around the world as exchanges between Europe and the areas surrounding the Sea of Japan increased, and the shape of the Sea of Japan became more clarified. In the year 2005, Japan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs conducted another field study on the description of the Sea of Japan in current materials. The study examined commercially available maps considered most authoritative in each country, school textbooks, and school atlases. The results show that over 90% of the materials surveyed used the name Sea of Japan.
Studies show that the name Sea of Japan was commonly used throughout the world by the late 18th century. And it's been used to this day because it's reasonable, both geographically and logically.